the right context of what's going on at the moment. Ultimatums are usually an impression of, a lot of aggression. But why have you gone ahead to give this ultimatum, and why do you think it's important for the Hpcz to reconsider you doctors having to write exams before you get your license?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, so the thing is this. People have misunderstood the entire thing. What's happening is that our students who are affiliates of the Resident Doctors Association of Zambia approached us, and as the mother body, we had to look at the issue of licensure exams. What is the motive behind these licensure exams? If the Hpcz, which is the Health Professions Council, has seen that there is poor quality of the graduates who are on the market right now, then they are actually admitting that the past 10 years, they have been doing nothing to ensure that there is good quality in these training institutions. Why do we say so? It is the Hpcz which was tasked then to accredit, register, and also assure the quality of the trainees until they graduate from those institutions. So if they come and say today that they need exams to ascertain the competencies, they are doubting the products of their work. And that was their standard, which they set as Hpcz. Now, moving forward, we need to understand that the mandate to assure quality was taken away from Hpcz. Even accreditation was taken away, registration was taken away. It's now falling under Higher Education Authority. So the Higher Education Authority is the one which is supposed to ensure that there is quality in these institutions. Now, let's define quality. How can we ensure that there is quality in the graduates? It starts from the entry point. How are these people being admitted? Are they qualified to be admitted? Are these people who are being admitted people with the correct number of points at grade 12? When they're admitted, are they being admitted in schools which have got enough lecturers? Do they have enough classrooms? Do they have enough lecture theaters? Enough laboratories? Do they have dissecting rooms which are enough according to the number of students they have in those individual schools? Do they have what it takes to actually run those institutions with the quality which is prescribed by the Higher Education Authority? If the Higher Education Authority can answer those questions and make sure that the answers to those questions is yes in any case, then we are going to have the quality which we need at the end of the day. If they so wish, they want to cement that quality and ensure that we have got what it takes for someone to be able to be allowed to practice in Zambia, they can even introduce standardized exams, as the proposal we made, that they can introduce preclinical exams and then one clinical exam, so that we monitor the progress. If somebody fails those preclinical exams during their training, then we'll be able to catch the incompetence from the word go, and then they will be helped, so that next time when they pass and they move forward, they are going to move forward with the competencies they need, and they will graduate according to the quality which is set by the Zambian standard. Now, in an event where we let people graduate, after they graduate, that's when we say we are going to give them an exam. Somebody can actually prepare for that exam in a few months and pass it, but it's not going to give them the content which somebody would have acquired in the training for the 6, 7 years, 3 years for others, and 5 years for the rest. So what we are looking at is the actual quality which is needed and how we can achieve that quality. It can be achieved in one exam. And of course, these licensure exams being administered by a wrong body, which is Hpcz, which is not mandated to ensure quality, is also another problem. And we know that politicians can actually abuse this. When they see that they don't have enough numbers to employ in government, they can actually tell Hpcz to make sure just a few people should pass that exam, which is our fear again. And remember, these exams are also an inconvenience if they are not done during the training. People have to shift from wherever they are to the towns. Last time they were supposed to be done only in Lusaka and Copper Belt. They can't be done in the entire country because we don't even have enough exams.
We'll get into all of that, but I find some of the things you're saying a bit weird. You talk about the fact that, or not a fact, you talk about the issue relating to the doctors having to write this after they're done with school, after doing their 6 years, and you say that they only have to write one exam, but that's not true, because you're not picking somebody out of the street, you're picking somebody out of school. So they would have gone through this process, and this licensure exam that is being put forward is the final step of evaluating this person's competence. It's not that this is somebody that's not learned anything, as you are putting it, that somebody can prepare for this exam. In fact, preparation for this exam must equally be considered part of the education and improving the quality of this doctor.
Yeah, so what you need to understand is one thing, that quality or competences of an individual cannot be done in one exam. Remember, this is not a social science. We are talking about health sciences. With health sciences, there is the practical aspect. And the practical aspect, which we see in real life situations when you are attending to a patient, you are a doctor alone, you can't do it in that exam of 5 minutes when you are given to act in front of a patient. That is impossible. You'll be able to pass that exam and still be incompetent. I'll give an example. We've got complaints about some doctors who were even deregistered for having poor skills. But these are doctors who came from foreign countries, which I can't mention, and they even passed the competence exams, which Hpcz has been giving for some time now. So if those people are able to pass and still go and start killing people until they are deregistered, then what guarantee do we have that all those who are going to pass for sure will be people of quality? There's no guarantee.
But Dr. Sampa, does that mean that we should do away with driver's licenses? Because accidents always happen. Even if somebody has a driver's license, accidents still happen. So must people just drive without driver's licenses? Must people not go for driving exams? Because accidents will happen anyway.
That's a very good question. Now, when you look at a driver's license, and you rightly put it, accident. But when you are talking about the competence of a health practitioner, you are talking about their ability to be able to make the right diagnosis, to do the correct procedures, and be able to operate without endangering the lives of people. Remember, in health, the same thing we can call an accident will make someone lose their life, and we are not going to reverse it. Now, if we've got people who have been trained poorly, and then we give them that practicing license after they pass an exam, because this is a fact. People can still pass that exam even if they are empty. They can still study and pass an exam. We have got experience.
Then they're no longer empty. They've studied.
And that's what I want you to understand. With health sciences, it's different. Passing an exam doesn't make you competent, because when you pass an exam, you've just passed that part which you studied, and for that purpose of an exam. But it takes 7 years and 6 years for a reason. It's a build-up.